Happy Friday to you, and thanks for joining us early this morning on News 4 Today. We've got a lot to get to, but first, let's go ahead and get you ready for that weekend. Cody, it's already really hot and humid outside right now, and it looks like we might have some rain coming later on.
Yeah.
Now, this happened yesterday evening. Police tell us there's one victim and 2 suspects in custody. Our crew on the scene counted at least 7 bullet holes in the window that you're looking at right now. Now, this is just the latest example of a growing number of recent shootings and crime right here in Nashville. News 4's Cameron Taylor found out what the city is doing to curb the violence. Right now, you're looking at homicides and weapons crimes from just this month alone. Now, there's a link to this map on the police department's Facebook page, so it's a really handy tool for you. And the roads in Nashville are dangerous too. The Tennessee Highway Patrol confirms that there's been a jump in major crashes in Nashville this year. In fact, 2 different highways were closed yesterday for hours after crashes. They end their social media post by saying, "You can't say you haven't been warned," so heads up on the roads for you this weekend. This morning, a 5-year-old out of East Tennessee is still missing right now. An Amber Alert was issued for little Summer Wells Wednesday morning. Now, she was last seen outside her home in Rogersville, Tennessee. That's out in Hawkins County. Yesterday, TBI gave an update on their search efforts so far. They say that more than 100 people have searched nearly 700 acres looking for her. Now, here's a peek at the difficult and rough terrain the crews are working with. Now, if you know anything at all about where Summer could be, you're asked to call the TBI immediately. And you know, we saw a prime example of this quick action yesterday as a second Amber Alert had a positive ending. 9-month-old Nichelle Omega was found safe. She was with her non-custodial mother, Nix Omega, right here in Nashville. And we were right there as Nix was taken into custody. We're talking missile strikes and fire balloons. In a statement, we learned that Israel struck after a host of fire balloons sparked 8 fires in the southern part of the country. So far, the force says 20 different fires have been started by the balloons this week. Wednesday night's airstrikes were the first since the ceasefire went into effect last month. And look at this. We have brand new radar images of the attack from overnight. A barrage of gunfire could be seen coming from the Gaza Strip into Israel earlier today. Well, the St. Louis couple seen in videos pointing guns at protesters in front of their home last summer have entered guilty pleas to lesser charges. Last June, video of the couple went viral when they were seen pointing guns at Black Lives Matter protesters. Mark McCloskey pleaded guilty to 4th-degree assault, and his wife entered a guilty plea to 2nd-degree harassment. The city of Brentwood will honor an officer killed in 2020. Today marks exactly 1 year since Officer Destin Legeza was killed in a crash. He was at the end of a shift when a driver crossed over the lines and hit him head on. The end of slavery will now be commemorated every year on June 19th. Now, since that falls on a Saturday this year, most federal employees will honor the holiday today. The U.S. Postal Service will not. They say they didn't get enough notice to put a pause on their massive operation. And quick fun fact for you, Juneteenth is actually the first new federal holiday since MLK Day in 1983. Now, the decision was welcome news to many communities right here in the mid-state, many of which have already taken action to recognize the day on a local level. Republican Congressman Scott Desjardins was one of the 14 Republicans who voted against the bill. His office releasing this statement saying he believes it's irresponsible to create new paid holidays for federal workers while the majority of the hardworking private sector has to pay the bill. Last night, the brand new National Museum of African American Music took some time to honor some legends. Quincy Jones, Smokey Robinson, Lionel Richie, and Chaka Khan were just a few who received the tribute. First and foremost, this is completely free. That's what you really need to know, right? Now, you can bring your child in for COVID vaccines and regular wellness checks. And there's some fun sprinkled in there, too. They'll have giveaways with snow cones, diapers, fresh produce, and pizza. And happening today, anyone getting a COVID shot outside a certain East Nashville restaurant will go home with a free taco. This car on your screen belongs to driver Daniel Suarez. And let me tell you, it is something. The team unveiled the Tootsie's theme in front of a crowd on Broadway yesterday. Now, one thing's for sure, you're not going to overlook this car during Sunday's race. Tense moments on the side of I-440. A pregnant woman goes into labor just miles away from the hospital. Now, her husband was the only person there to deliver the baby, right? So now that they're safely at the hospital, we talked with the couple about their crazy and memorable experience. A joint committee of our state lawmakers is set to meet over refugee and migrant situations right here in our state. A missing migrant child out of Chattanooga this week and safety moving forward are the key topics for today. The 16-year-old boy left the facility back on the 14th. Now, police were notified, and so was the Department of Children's Services and Homeland Security. But here's the catch. The public wasn't. The facility says the child's escape wasn't reported to the public because no one was believed to be in danger. Now, this is the second case that Clarksville police are investigating in connection to that facility. In response, more action is being demanded by Tennessee lawmakers. Now, after the backlash from Tennessee Republican leaders, the White House started releasing regular reports of the migrant children, not just in our state, but others around the country, too. Now, this also included thousands of migrant children during the Trump administration. We're on the hotspot list. Most cases take about a week to recover, but earlier this week, the CDC put Tennessee on a list of states seeing troubling trends in severe cases. American Medical Response is about to start prevention trials. The disease can also take a major toll on people above 60 years old. Here's a challenge for your next big road trip. We're talking one drive, one song, all the way on repeat.
All right, guys, we are about to be starting the challenge where we literally drive from Illinois to Alabama in the car, listening to Sweet Home Alabama the entire way.
I just don't understand that one. All in all, they say the song ran 94 straight times. They end the trip by posing for a picture with a Sweet Home Alabama sign, rightly so. Cody, do you think that you could do that?
Not a chance.
I can't think of a song off the top of my head that I would. I mean,
I had a guy in college that I was roommates with that listened to some Usher song like 50 times in a row.
I hope it was Let It Burn.
I can't remember which one it was, but I was just like, Miles, turn it off, man. That's funny.
Oh, speaking of Let It Burn.
Yeah, it's going to be hot outside today, Lindsay.
Ladies, cover your ears. Next week, we have two of the biggest online shopping days of the year. It's Amazon Prime Day, Monday and Tuesday. So once again, they're bringing back the two-day event. Now, that's just a taste of what you can expect to see at the beginning of next week. We'll have even more previews coming up in a couple hours on the Today Show. So pretty dangerous there, Britt.
Take my credit card and
Please.
run. All right, Lindsay.